Holy sh! This is insane. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I put together this video because, of course, as you know, I just attended the 2023 Expona, and it was a fantastic show, I must say. However, I am going to show you the hidden costs associated with running a show. How much do these exhibitors pay just to put quality products in front of our eyes? Do you have any idea what these guys are spending at the largest show in the United States, the largest audio show in the United States? I urge you to sit down. Please sit down and take a deep breath. You're going to know things that nobody else has ever spoken about. Please subscribe, okay? If you like this type of content and you want to see more things like this that are never spoken about, that nobody ever covers, okay? Please, I urge you to subscribe and hit the like button, okay? So what I ended up doing, okay, was emailing 3 different rooms, and these rooms that I'm going to talk about gave me actual figures. So these are coming from them. I am not making these up, okay? That way I am not accused of saying something that's not true. So let me talk about these 3 rooms. The bending wave room, okay, which is the Wadax with the Garble speakers and the audio research monos, okay? That room was ran by Elliot Goldman, who is the managing director at Bending Wave, okay? And he sent me his costs, okay, guys? So the room, that room that you're looking at right now on your screen, that room cost $15,000 for 4 days, okay? So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, okay? $15,000. Now, the drapes that you see right now, that was $1,700 to rent them. The internet, oh, you're gonna love this one, but I gotta say it. The hotel, the venue, the convention center, whoever it is charging the exhibitors. Are you ready for this? $750 per day. Are you sitting down? $750 a day just to have internet, an Ethernet connection in the room so they can stream music for us. This is why some rooms do not stream, by the way, and they bring their own music, which is, you know, actually smart. Now, another cost is the shipping of the equipment. Okay, so in this case, Elliot said it cost him $3,500 to ship all of his equipment to Chicago, from Fort Lauderdale, Florida to Chicago, okay? And I believe the Wadax came from overseas. The shipping back, $4,500, because now that Wadax DAC needs to travel back to Europe. So that's $4,500. The room was $2,000 for the entire time there for Elliot and his business partner, Chris. Uber to go get out and eat and come back to the hotel, that's about another $400. And of course, the advertising, the show ads, the flyers, if you will, that's an additional $1,500. So when I total this up, I have a grand total of $29,350. Let me tell you something. I'm sure there's stuff that Elliot forgot to give me. Okay, so $29,350. Okay, another room that you guys saw was the Estelon room, which I covered And that room was ran by Aldo Filippelli, okay, who is the VP of Sales in Business Development at Estelon. The room cost him $14,000. The internet, he didn't select any internet, okay? However, he had drapes and 4 20 amp outlets installed, okay? 4 20 amp dedicated lines for all those amplifiers. And that was, you ready? $12,000. Drapes and 4 dedicated 20 amp outlets. $12,000. Now think about that. Well, it doesn't end there. Hold on. And then you have to ship the equipment, those massive speakers, the massive amplifiers to Chicago, and that cost $9,000. The hotel stay for all of the crew and everyone that attended that production was $10,000 for 5 rooms, 8 nights. They stayed a total of 8 nights, okay? So, when we do the math, I look at the total being $45,000 for that room. Okay, the next room was the Shenyatta Hegel Clarisis loudspeakers. Now, they had a total of 3 rooms, okay? And these rooms were upstairs. Now, the rooms upstairs are a hell of a lot less money than the ones downstairs. The rooms were $4,500 per room, okay? $750 for internet per room. That's 3 rooms. You got $8,000 in shipping charges for all the associated equipment in those rooms. You got $3,000 in marketing brochures. All those flyers that we get. It's $3,000 for that. And it was $9,000 for hotel rooms for all the labor. It was a total of 9 people, okay, running these rooms. Flights were $7,500 because, of course, the manufacturer is overseas, so he came from overseas to attend the show. Then you got the meals, car rentals, and miscellaneous. That's another $2,500. So let me do the math. Okay, so for these 3 rooms, the total was $45,750. Why am I doing this, if you're asking? Well, I'm doing this because, first and foremost, I think this is great information for all the audiences, okay? For everyone who attended the show. Next time you walk into one of these shows, you got to understand all these costs that are associated with putting together a successful production with. Now, of course, we are very critical of every room at the show, but we never get to think about these things, okay? Because this is never in our face. But I am actually doing that today, putting these costs in front of you so that you understand how expensive it is to display quality products, how much money these exhibitors need to spend. And keep in mind, oftentimes, for the majority of these exhibitors, I would say, and probably easily 80% of the exhibitors at the show don't make a sale. It leads to 0 sales lead, okay? And they just essentially burn money. Okay. If you're thinking, well, you know, Jay, they are displaying because of the fact that they want to put their product in front of us and hopefully this generates sales. I'm here to tell you that if you're thinking that every single room there, everyone is making sales because of the show, you got that wrong. Oftentimes, guys, that isn't the case. Oftentimes, that's not the case. Very few sales leads, believe it or not, very few sales leads, believe it or not, happen because of shows. I'm not going to say that some don't make sales. Of course, there are some that are fortunate, but it is a hit or miss oftentimes. Shows are, to be honest with you, shows are now getting better and better and better. I believe they are getting better, but they're getting also more expensive. I couldn't believe the costs associated with putting on a show. Just think about it, okay? Let me just put myself as an example. Imagine if I packed up all my stuff, right? all the Boulder Amps, the Wilsons, and I decided to just bring it to share with you all what I feel is an ultimate system. Okay? So let's just call it what it is. I spent $40,000 transporting all of this to one of the shows. In this case, Exponent, right? You guys hear it? Do you have any clue how long it would take me to recuperate $40,000? Any idea the level of work that it would take me to recuperate $40,000 so that I can share my passion, my journey with you all? If you think YouTube is gonna pay me $40,000 in no time, I got news for you. I'd probably be 80 years old by the time that happened if I wait on YouTube to pay me. If I am a brand, if I am a manufacturer, if I'm an exhibitor, I just don't know if I could justify this. If I can't justify it through sales, right? Through me seeing that come back to me at some point because maybe I got a couple of calls because of the show, I just don't know if I could continue doing this. But I do understand too that as a brand, as an exhibitor, as a brand, as a dealer, you have to display product. Else, a lot of people don't get to see what you're selling. So that's something that, you know, I am always going to keep in mind. Now, I will say this. Some brands, such as Wilson Audio, I believe Wilson Audio pays half the room oftentimes. I know Quintessence displayed Wilson Audio at the show. So I am assuming that they paid a lot, but again, Wilson Audio does pay for half the room. Okay, so that helps. Now, a lot of brands are questioning whether the juice is worth the squeeze. Okay, I will say it's up to each brand to decide whether this is something that is beneficial to them in terms of sales. If there is no return on investment here at any point, I personally would not do it. Now, I'm going to ask you guys today, what do you think about these outrageous costs? What is your opinion? Remember, we are very, very fast at getting angry when we are charged an arm and a leg for a power cord or for a power amplifier or for anything. But I am exposing the costs associated with making a production happen, okay? With making a room happen at a show. Things that you guys never knew about. Well, I'm bringing you guys numbers, real numbers, so that you understand how much money it is, what it takes to make money. What do you guys think about this madness, this craziness? Give me your comments underneath. If you were a manufacturer, would you embark on this? Would you pay this kind of money to put product in front of people that may not necessarily even be your buyers? Or maybe you make no sales from such a big investment. What would you do? Comment below. I want to hear from you all. Take care. Peace.